What's up, Q? We are here for a special edition of the Buckeye Roast, a commitment edition. Q didn't even turn his lights on. This is such a surprise.
It's a little more daylight this time.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon. I don't even know how to start this show. It's the Buck. I don't normally have my coffee this late, but we are here for a special commitment edition of the Buckeye Roast. David Sanders, five-star offensive tackle, makes his decision today between Tennessee, Ohio State, and Nebraska. Q, big decision coming up here. I feel like everybody's been talking about this commitment for a really long time now. It's really been the major, final gem in the class that everyone's been waiting for to finally drop for the Ohio State Buckeyes. You ask any Ohio State fan, what prospect is a must-get prospect out of the remaining guys that aren't committed in this class, and every person will tell you David Sanders. He makes this decision. A lot of criticism has been made of Justin Fry's recruiting efforts at Ohio State. Does he get it done and land his first whale, Q?
I don't know, man. The chances don't look great right now, but as I said during the week, I got a little bit of hope that Justin Fry will somehow pull this through, because it's almost a must get at this point. It is a must get at this point, but I'm not highly optimistic. And this guy talking right now on 247 Sports is giving me a lot of hope. he look as tired as I am.
Yeah, man. This is a big one. I feel like this is it's almost like a commitment for your job type situation. It feels like with this one, almost reminiscent of a live reaction that we did last year for KJ Bolden with Perry Eliano. It felt like a must get guy. It looks like they're almost going to the commitment queue. Do we want to bring that up on the screen now?
They're right there.
We have the decision. We're probably going to be a minute or so behind, but if you're tuning in with us, you're going to see it here live with us.
All right.
Can you turn the volume on? Yes, sir.
In the country for the last couple of years. I don't think you've ever been outside the top five.
Perfect.
We're here in front of your friends and family. How does it feel to finally be at this moment announcing your college commitment?
It's definitely a great feeling. I've been getting recruited since very early, since freshman year, on visits every weekend. So it's been nothing but a blessing for me and my family, and I'm excited to get it over with.
David Sanders Jr.
I bought that David Sanders merch. He better not let me down.
Dude, what are you going to do with that shirt? You already have your David Sanders Buckeye shirt. What are you going to do if he doesn't pick us?
Resell. The Supreme.
Yes, sir. So that was kind of like a project me and my family started over the summer. So that's definitely something I wanted to have going into college.
And if you're here, like the video. You're on Twitter, hit that like or retweet.
If you're new to the channel, we do a weekly show called the Buckeye Roast. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Tune in with us in the morning. Q is out in Arizona. He wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning to talk college football with me. We also have our flagship show tomorrow, the Buckeye BS, at 10 a.m. every Sunday. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. And yeah, man, come hang out. We'll be talking college football on this channel year round. So if you're new to the channel, we appreciate you tuning in. Drop a like on that video and definitely subscribe.
A ton of fans waiting for you when you get up there. Tell me a little bit about the relationship you have with the staff and why the Huskers are in play.
Definitely. Their coaching staff did an amazing job.
Well, that's a nice chain he got on. Give me one of those.
But
Get a couple more subs. It might be.
What's it look like in the light in Columbus?
Ohio State's been a top contender for a very long time. Ryan Day.
Talk about Ohio State here.
All those guys have done a great job with your process. What has the Buckeyes in the mix?
Ohio State, they're another school that's just known for developing great offensive tackles at the next level and sending them off to the NFL. They have a great recruiting staff as well. Their entire team they have is really good, and their recruiting class they have right now is number one. So being a part of that would be something special.
Last but certainly not least, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Last but certainly not least. It sounds like bro knows where he's going.
Oh, man.
So, Q, final prediction, you locking it in Tennessee before he makes his decision?
I don't bet against Wilfong very often. Did he change his crystal ball in the last?
Hey, Steve Wilfong called Julian Fleming Julio Jones. So, he gets it wrong sometimes.
He was in high school. All right, on commercial break, I'll bring it back up when they come back on here. But yeah.
So Q, we have some stats about Justin Fry's recruiting to talk about how big of a commitment this is for David Sanders. I mean, it's no secret that Justin Fry has missed, and he's also been very reluctant to offer kids early, late. He offers less than any of the major schools in the country. Right now, he has a 17.6% closing rate, 16 O-line offers in the 2026 class. That's what, 25 less than Alabama and Georgia have out right now. When you're missing on guys like this and at a rate like that, I mean, you only have a 17% hit rate. You need to take more shots if you're only going to hit them at 17%. How important, how can you continue to keep a job at a caliber like Ohio State and not be landing these recruits? I mean, I asked you on the show earlier this week, if he misses on this recruitment here, can he save his job with performance on the field? I know that at the end of the day, that's all you're really looking for, because if he's developing them, who cares what stars in front of their name when they get here? It's obviously everyone loves to land a 5-star. But if you're getting the production on the field, how much can you really punish a coach or potentially even have his job on the line if he's not able to get it done on the recruiting side? Both parts of the job are recruiting and development. Can development and performance on the field outweigh what seems to be a disastrous performance on the trail this cycle?
I mean, it can't. And for those in the chat, it's on commercial break. So as soon as they come back on here, I'll pop the video back up. Or just unless you want to see some people standing in a pose for 3 minutes and not move. I just moved it down. But honestly, no. At a certain point, like I said, this is a must get, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it may go that way. But we'll see. But no, I mean, if you, like I said, unless you're gonna kill the portal, which I guess there's some hope in that now. You really have to. They just came back. Okay,
let's go. We got a decision.
All right. Get some volume in here for y'all.
Continue your active and athletic career.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hat science. You already know which hat it is. It's always right in front of their right hand.
Taking the time out of your day to come support.
Go ahead.
First of all, I would like to thank God. Without him, none of this would have been possible. Next, I would like to thank Providence Day. Thank you for allowing me to come into your such prestigious institution. Throughout my time,
can you turn this volume up a little bit, Q?
Mentally and physically. This will always be my home, and I am a Charger for life. Next, you have treated me as family ever since I came to PD as a little 8th grader. And I'll forever hold those in my heart. Next, I would like to thank my coaches. Thank you for having so much faith in me to lead your program. It has been nothing short of a blessing to play for such a dedicated, passionate, and loving coach such as yourself. Next, I would like to thank my former offensive line coach, Coach Goody. Thank you for your time and wisdom in the game. You're one of the key reasons I fell in love with playing on the offensive line. Coach Gathers, thank you. Even though I was primarily an offensive player, you helped develop me into a stellar defensive end.
There's a poll in the chat. Get your predictions in there. Let us know where you think he's going.
I also want to give a shout out to Coach
He does not look like
Coach
a tackle.
Davis, and
such good shape for a tackle.
Staff. Next, I would like to give a shout out to my football family.
We got 1,000 people in here. If you're watching on Twitter, retweet it. Make sure you like the video. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like the video. They say Q looks like Lenny Kravitz.
Hey, I'll take it. Lenny Kravitz be putting their work out here.
You see Q on stage with Quavo talking about "I wanna fly away."
To my best friends on the team, Miles and Leah. Y'all my boys, man. And we have built a great relationship over these couple of years. And I'm gonna be root for y'all when I leave in December.
Take your time. You good? Take your time.
And now to my family, to my grandmother. I call her Granny. I love you so much.
Love is the strongest emotion.
Your endless love and care will never go unnoticed, and your consistent support for me. I know you don't even know much about football at all, but you just want to see me happy, and that's all that matters to you. And
Oh, that's
My
unfortunate.
grandfather.
Come on, Q.
Oh, there we
There's
go.
so much to say I didn't even know
It's
what to
not
start
me.
with. You have
It
been a
is
role model
you.
in my life since I remember when I was a little kid, you always used to tell me one man can make a difference. And I try to live by that each and every day. Watching you cut grass for your entire block and not asking for a penny from anyone really showed me what it means to be dedicated to the change you want to see. It's not always perfect, but you just got to control what you can control. And I love you so much. And I will continue to look at you every day. To my youngest sister, Sky.
Should save my bandwidth. 4 minute grid.
You'll forever think you're my mom. And I want you to know, brother, I'm extremely proud of you. I love you so much. And you're going to be a special little girl. Just keep that smile on your face.
Chat's getting impatient.
And to my other sister, Ava, Ace the Base, I love you so much. On the entire planet, you've never hurt a soul. Thank you for always checking on brother and mate. You are the smartest girl in the whole entire world, and I will always keep that smile on your face. Brother loves you. And to my oldest of the youngest sisters, Layla, Lay, I love you so.
And to Ron James, I appreciate you for doing this live stream today.
I'm so proud of you and your accomplishments.
Yeah, okay.
It has been an amazing experience just watching you grow up. You should be proud of yourself because I am surely proud of you, and I'm proud to be your big brother. And as long as you're good, I'm good. You know who you are, and you know you are my rock. Be happy and set your boundaries. If you ever need anything, I hope you know by now you can always look to me.
Like,
overall, I hope I did my job as your big brother.
Craig said, take another commercial break.
And most importantly, your role model. I love you so much. You know I will miss you, but you can always come and visit me. To my parents. I've been waiting for this.
Oh, he just got to his parents.
My dad is not only my dad.
You say his coaches already?
I couldn't do life without
I think so. Yeah, he was thanking offensive staff early
and I wouldn't trade it.
and defensive staff.
For giving up your dreams to be in my life. I couldn't name one single event that you haven't. You know your job is an understatement. I watch you. I a friend and a father. You put your family before yourself. Sometimes I worry about you, but you never fail to make excuses. You just make it happen, and for that I'm thankful for you. I will always be you at any
Someone said, "Why is bro crying? He's going to college, not the morgue."
Man's happy. One time.
Those are tears of happiness, man. That is pure joy, I would imagine.
That's what your man to Ohio State brings you, man. You just start crying.
Work ethic in me and never settle for just enough. I will always strive to be the best. I say from you and what you have taught me. I love you so much, and I'll miss you a lot. And please don't let the girls. Tell my mama. Come on. You're the best mom anyone can ask for. Your love of my life. Love is unconditional, and you would do more for us than you even have left in your tank. It's been the backbone of our family.
The fact that this hasn't leaked in the chat is kind of mind blowing because we have to be at least 45 seconds behind.
You never want to figure out anyone else to do anything for you.
We're almost at 2,000 people watching those, so go ahead and throw a retweet on that. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Missing you is understated because you're my best friend, my mom. You're there when I need to talk, need to cry, or just need a good laugh. You know what I need, whether it's good or bad. You raised a great young man, and I know you're proud of me and my just seeing the joy in your face each and every day fuels me to continue to strive and be the best son and here. And I can
The video's not moving for us.
put pressure on me for anything.
You said what?
And I
The
know,
video's not moving for us.
I know I will be okay.
There we go.
This road, bro, in my life. I love you so much, and I can't wait for the future.
Take it out. Here you go. Here you go. Right to the decision.
It's been a hard choice.
All right, I think we got a decision coming here. Final wipe.
Committed to. I just want to
Final
let you
wipe,
know you're
crazy.
a strong, hardworking individual. For forward each and every day. I will be ready to lead from day one, and this has been a dream of mine. Football, so for that, I will always put my all into it. I cannot wait to get on campus and importantly, host the national championship trophy. For the next 3 to 4 years,
Here we go.
I'll be committed to the University of Tennessee.
Oh, and
And there you have it. 5-star tackle David Sanders chooses Tennessee. Tennessee finally gets their get back for the Cardinal State recruitment, and they put the Buckeyes in the locker for the #1 tackle in the class of 2025. Q, your thoughts? It feels like this has been inevitable for about 2 weeks. They've tried to shake the crystal balls. They've tried to shake the excitement away from this commitment, but it ends the way that everyone thought it was for the past month. David Sanders follows up with Steve Wiltfong's crystal ball and chooses the Tennessee Volunteers. Huge get for Tennessee, but of course, we're going to talk about it from the Buckeyes perspective. But before we do that, I guess we should talk about it. He does choose Tennessee. Nico Iamaleava gets his protection at tackle, a huge get for him. They invest that much money in a quarterback, a guy that they think is going to be the future of the program. They get a guy to protect his blind side, a potential day one starter depending on the depth that they have or if they pursue anyone in the portal. But #1 tackle goes to Tennessee. What does that say for what Tennessee's NIL is able to do? They land a guy like Nico in the class before they followed up with the #1 tackle in the class. Is this a new power that people need to have their eye out for on the recruiting trail in the transfer portal when it comes to this new NIL era of football?
I mean, I think that's a given for all these SEC programs on South. They typically do have money, and even if they aren't producing on the field, they've never been, shy of pulling a recruit. You'd be like, he's going where? Why does he not want to play? The last Monday of college football, but. No, man. I mean, it's a big time get for them. I mean, they've been able to pull guys in the past, but it's not surprising here. Ohio State was one who was the only school out of the South that was going after him. So I know it wasn't a far flight from Columbus, but geographically, it wasn't exactly a sure hit. They had going in battle schools like Georgia and Tennessee to try to get them out of there, and Nebraska snuck in there somewhere. I don't know how, but they managed to get in there. But no surprises here, but Tennessee is definitely a team. I like their coach. I like the way they run their offense. Obviously, it's exciting. It's fun to play with, or fun to play in, it seems like. So definitely a shout out to them.
How should Buckeye Nation feel after this loss?
I mean, the same as down the stretch before. Again, this is why you can't risk your entire offensive line class on one guy. It's not
all their eggs in one basket this time.
Yeah, cycle. And I don't necessarily say they put all their eggs in one basket, but it was so many misses down the line that it's like now they are, even if that wasn't your plan all along. So definitely, there's got to be some regrouping offensive line class. You still only have 2 offensive linemen, both in state. Again, I don't know if this is me, and I'll just say this is me. I'm looking at every school that I'm like, they are not in our power bracket. They have a good offensive lineman, and I am going after them. Like I said, you look at some classes like Missouri has a great offensive line class, some classes around the nation that are really good. And like I said, Georgia's always doing work in New Jersey. maybe get a guy in your footprint to try to stay home. So that's where I would go from here.
For Justin Fry, where does he go next? This feels like deja vu of the KJ Bolden commitment. We all got ready and we thought we were going to see Perry Eliano land a huge commitment. He misses on that. He ultimately does not keep his job at the end of the season. We hear Tegra Shabola, a guy who was a freshman when Justin Fry arrived here, potentially pushing for a starting right guard position. You're hearing positive things about the offensive line. You saw them come on late towards the end of the year. They go out and get Seth McLaughlin out of the transfer portal from Alabama. Ryan Day said he's been the most consistent lineman for the Buckeyes throughout fall camp. Justin Fry goes out and gets a guy like Josh Simmons. He's locked down the left tackle position. He's probably one of the most solid positions on the offensive line for the Buckeyes right now. Can Justin Fry save his job through development, convincing Ryan Day that he can get it done through the portal, get the guys that he has in his room ready to play? And also, I mean, it's no secret, Ryan Day and Justin Fry are friends. They started their careers together as GAs at Florida under Urban Meyer. This is Ryan's guy. Justin Fry was Chip Kelly's offensive line coach. Your offensive coordinator and your head coach have both chosen this guy to lead their offensive line before. Is this a guy that can find a way to survive what looks like he's on the chopping block like a Perry Eliano was this time a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a way for him to try. One, his offensive line needs to play outstanding this season. I don't think there's any question in that. They need to play really well, because that was kind of the one position everybody's looking at, like, okay, if these tackles are good, we have our quarterback, then we'll be all right. So I think the offensive line has to play well week after week. But also, too, I mean, the portal is open, but there's still a lot of time left in this class as far as wrapping up this recruiting. And I think you need to go in and you need to make a splash. You need to be like, yo, NIL, like, give me everything. I need to go get somebody and kind of flip this narrative, because it only really takes one. I mean, David Sanders was a big chip, and obviously you didn't get him, but it really only takes one of the big time guys, and everybody start looking around. Oh, he's going to Ohio State. Like, it's a game of momentum. So you got to get somebody. You got to get some buzz around this offensive line class right now. You have the number one quarterback, in some places, number one player in the nation as far as the rankings go. Like, it can't be hard to sell, coming to play with that guy. So they got to reshuffle their board.
Yeah, and it's not all doom and gloom for the Buckeyes. I mean, Justin Fry was absolutely gifted Carter Lowe, a 5-star tackle in the state of Ohio, the number 33 player in the nation, 6'5", 290 pounds, a great addition to the Buckeyes class, but they only have one other offensive lineman in the class. If you're Ryan Day, what conversation are you having with Justin Fry in regards to what you need to see out of this class? I mean, there's 3 months until signing day, 4 months if my math's right, until signing day. What do you need to see in this class for this not to be a failure by Justin Fry? You only have an in-state offensive lineman. You've only landed visits from 3 out-of-state offensive. You've only landed 3 out-of-state offensive linemen, one of them being from your home state. What do you need to see for this class to round out? Because I don't think finishing this class with 2 offensive linemen is reasonable or acceptable.
No, it's not. And I'm actually looking down at the offer list they have here, and most of these guys on the offensive tackle and offensive line, as 247 has it, they're kind of committed. It doesn't look like there's much out here that Ohio State hasn't really offered. There's maybe a few guys in. Javon McFadden's one out of Maryland. I think at this point he's probably been a must get. He continues to be a must get because he's one of the few people.
But why does the fact that these guys are committed mean that we can't go get them? We've watched Ohio State lose guys literally on National Signing Day for the past 2 years in a row. We saw Jeremiah McClellan flip to Oregon last year on National Signing Day. The year before, we saw Terrence Brooks commit to Texas. Where are the Buckeye flips? Go find a tackle. What are you? You are at the Ohio State. You hear the number every time they talk about how much money is being spent on this Ohio State class. First it's $5 million, then it's 10, then it's 30. Now Ohio State spent more than the U.S. deficit on this class allegedly. So at what point can you go flip someone? You've missed on everyone. You don't really have anyone left on your board. What are you going to do? Just play Game Boy in your office the rest of the season? Go flip someone. Why are other coaches able to come take shit off our staff, but this guy can't go get anyone?
I mean, I think I said this last year around signing day, where I said Ohio State doesn't flip guys; they get flipped, and that's kind of been the trend going out. And to answer your question, I don't know why Ohio State can't flip anybody. I mean, if I'm looking in here, I mean, yeah, there's the Alabamas and Georgias, but I see for guys they offered Colorado, Mississippi State, Missouri, Auburn, UCF. Like, there's a lot of schools in here that really aren't on our level that are getting the guys we're offering. So
That's what I'm saying. And you hear the NIL numbers being floated around for top tackles. You just missed one. As our guy Book says in Spaces, cap space just went up. Like, you got cap. Go get someone. Go flip someone. You got a bag for David Sanders. Go drop it on someone else. The money's there. Go get someone. You cannot get complacent with 2 offensive linemen in this class. I don't think that is a reasonable way to end this class. And if I'm Ryan Day, I'm calling Justin Fry into my office and saying, go get me someone, and I want someone scheduled for a visit here in Columbus that's committed within the next 2 weeks. Go out, find someone, build a relationship, find a head coach, something. I don't care if you have no chance of landing him. Get someone on campus at this point. Like, it's just unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. It's just you got to pull out all the stops here. We're down the stretch now. It's time to play games. Ohio State is going to be big time this season. We know they're competing for a championship. You never know what can happen if you get guys on campus in a game time environment. Obviously, people commit to other schools. They may come here and be like, "Oh, I didn't even know it was like this here." So most definitely, that gives you opportunity. And like I said, the opportunities are out there, but at some point, money is no longer an issue. We kind of settled that. We know Ohio State is going to spend the max that they can that's legally possible in class per class. So at that point, it's your coach and getting guys on campus, and maybe you got to look at it at a different direction. But I just do not. At this point, I don't understand what Justin Fry can't sell to get people here. He's produced NFL pros.
I can tell you. I know the answer.
Well, please inform me. What
he can't sell himself. We can sell every aspect of Ohio State to everyone else that doesn't involve you also have to play for Justin Fry. That's what he can't sell. He cannot sell Justin Fry, the coach. That's the issue.
I mean, yeah, I guess he can. It's very weird when you have a guy like Paris Johnson out here recruiting with you. He obviously has to like Justin Fry to come out here and be like, yeah, I'll waste my time, throwing you a bone.
Or is he doing a solid for Ohio State? Like, I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, if your sister's dating a guy you don't like, you're going to be nice to him because she said she likes him. Like, I mean, Ryan Day says this is his man's. All right, if Ryan Day needs help, I'm going to go out here with Ryan Day's man's.
I mean, Justin Fry did coach Paris Johnson, that was his first time really playing tackle since he got here. So we did take him from he looked a little shaky in the spring game to, I mean, we knew he had the talent, but the best tackle we've seen here in who knows how long. So, I mean, I'm sure the relationship has to be somewhat decent, but it's not a good enough selling point. Tennessee can sell, I guess, what's his name, Darnell Wright, or whoever was the top. I don't remember his name.
That was him.
I guess maybe he was a better recruiter, but I don't know, man. For real, I don't know. I just would say, give me a list of 6'4", 6'5", 300-pound athletes around. If development is your mark, go find them if they're not highly rated and developed. Because honestly, schools like Georgia do that. So that's what I was, especially we're not going to win these big time recruiting battles, which I would not believe Ohio State would go wire to wire and pull off a big time tackle, especially out the South. It just rarely happens.
Absolutely. Definitely a disappointing Saturday for the Buckeyes and Justin Fry. Lots of work to do there for him. But I mean, we are about to play football, but it feels like this is becoming all too regular, us doing these August instant reactions to 5 stars not choosing Ohio State. But show goes on. The season starts here in 14 days. We're officially 2 weeks away from the start of college football. We have been live every day on this channel for the past 3 weeks since the season has started, since fall camp. We are live every day during the college football season. We do our daily show, the Buckeye Roast, every morning at 8 a.m. Me and Q weekdays. We have our flagship show, Buckeye BS, on Sundays at 10 a.m. We do the college football pregame show on Menace to Sports Fans Edge, our national show on Wednesday. Tune in. There's college football content all the time. We appreciate all the people tuning in on Twitter. If you're seeing us for the first time on Twitter, make sure you drop a follow, a like, a retweet on that video. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Q, let the people know where they could find you before we get out of here. And
I got a quick question before we do that. I'm trying to see where the Ohio State class is right now to see where we will finish.
We are currently one.
Currently one. Where do you think we finish as far as recruiting class? And this is for you and the chat. Where do you think we finish? Finish 3?
3.
Yeah. I don't really ever see us beating Bama and Georgia. And obviously, Oregon has some money to blow. I think there's a solid. I'd probably say 3 or 4. 3 or 4 in this class.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama right now with 5 5-stars, one more than the Buckeyes, only 12 4-stars and 2 2-stars, 20 total commits, 4 less than the Buckeyes. You know they're not done. You know how the SEC signs their classes. They like to be between 26 and 28. So you're likely going to see a bigger class out of Alabama, a larger class out of Georgia. Georgia's currently sitting at 22 commits, 3 5-stars, 16 4-stars, and 3 3-stars right now sitting at 4. The Buckeyes at the top with 24 commits, 4 5-stars, 16 4-stars, and 4 3-stars. By all measures, the Buckeyes have an amazing class right now, a class point at 310 points right now. Last year, they didn't even crack the 300-point mark in the class rating. So already doing better than last year. Regardless of the miss, Justin Fry definitely has work to do here. But what the Buckeyes have been able to put on paper as far as a recruiting class has been commendable this year. A class that's usually propped up by massive 5-star wide receiver commits. No 5-star receivers committed in this class for the Buckeyes, yet still over the 300 threshold in the class point rating. So disappointing day for the Buckeyes, but definitely plenty to be excited about in the future of Columbus. Plenty of great Buckeyes coming into Columbus in January and in the spring next year. The 2025 class absolutely loaded, headlined by Tavian St. Clair and 5-star corners Devin Sanchez and Naeem Offord. Q, disappointing Saturday, but I'm ready to get out of here and try to find something better to do with my day than miss out on 5 stars for my team. Q, let the people know where they can find you. I appreciate you waking up on your Saturday morning all the way out in Arizona. I said good afternoon, but it's still morning for you out there.
Yeah, it's only 10. Yeah, man. Oh, I appreciate everyone tuning in. We had almost 2,400 people in here, so even still now. So again, subscribe to the podcast. We're trying to reach that. We're on the goal for 6K, man. We're chasing 6K.
What's the name of the podcast?
Oh, that would be Best Damn Media.
That's not the name of the podcast. It's called the Buckeye Roast.
Well, Media is the company. The Buckeye Roast every morning. This is just an impromptu episode in Buckeye BS on Sundays, and also the Fans Edge in the middle of the week somewhere. So definitely tune in for those. Like I said, we're here every morning. We'll be here tomorrow morning live to talk about all things Ohio State. So make sure you sub to that. If you want to find me, I'm not hard. City Boy Quentin on Twitter. Fonda Johnson on Instagram, and Minor League Films if you like movies up here on YouTube. So trying to get to 300 subs over there. So help your boy out. Ron.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to 4,000 followers. If half the people in this stream right now went and followed me after this, your boy would be there. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at 2Ts. That's 2_TES. Weekdays here with my guy Q for the Buckeye Roast, and every day here on the Best Damn Media platform. We appreciate all 2,000 of you that decided to choose to tune in to the David Sanders commitment with us here on the Buckeye Roast. We appreciate you. Go Bucks and OH.
Ayo.